Hey, thank you very much for tuning in. This is Dr. Matthew Fink with Dr. Brad and Jim. We're here to talk to this young man. This is our newest addition to the Spine Whisperer podcast. Jim, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you, Dr.
We
Matt.
appreciate
Yes.
you. So it's been a little bit since the last time we had somebody on to talk about their success or where they're from or just generally getting to know people here at the practice.
Our bone stories, we call it.
Our bone stories. That's right. That's right. And so we're just going to have Jim kind of talk about how he heard about us and his experience with going so far and just kind of go into that. And you don't have to necessarily give all the details, but just kind of talk about what you want.
Well, I didn't find you by a referral. Okay. What happened was had been suffering some hip pain, and it was affecting my golf game.
Oh.
So I thought maybe chiropractic would help. So I went to one of these quick-in chiropractor places.
Okay.
And I was there for maybe 8-9 months, and it did help and kind of got my swing back. But as my hip got progressively worse, it wasn't helping, and I was in a lot of pain. So I decided I probably needed an x-ray.
Sure.
So I searched chiropractors here like less than a mile from me. And I called up and Amy answered the phone and said, your first consultation's free. We take an x-ray, we do an exam, go over the results with you, and then you go from there. So I did. Dr. Josh did my exam. I was very impressed with the treatment that he gave me, the way he talked to me, the way it seemed like he really cared, unlike where I was going before, where you walk in, they crack your back, you walk out, you're there for 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's when it started. I think I've been, a year and a half now, I think, coming. My hip, I do need a hip replacement, but I can't get it yet till the end of the year. So, like I always tell you almost every week, just keep me from getting worse. If you can keep me and reduce my pain where I'm at, I'm good till I can get my hip.
Yeah, that's great to hear about that first visit, because that's something we always talk about, how we pride ourselves in those first 2 visits and spending a lot of time with you and getting the complete diagnosis, get the correct diagnosis.
Yeah.
So we do spend a lot of time on those first 2 visits because we want to make sure we know everything about not just your spine, but your whole body and the whole history and everything.
And it makes a difference. I know I have some friends in another state that I recommended getting some of the treatment that I'm getting, and they called the place and they want $120 for an initial exam. And when you're going for the first time and you're not sure what you're, as a patient, what you're doing or what you're getting into, you're uncertain.
Right.
Do I want to spend $120 just to go in and talk to you for a few minutes? And maybe you can help me, maybe you can't. What if you can't? Then I wasted $120. Here, it's not that way. At least it wasn't for me.
Right.
It was totally up to me, and I said, let's do it. And I felt, in the beginning, relief from that very first visit. And that's what really made the difference.
Right. Yeah.
And it helped for the longest time.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, the decompression tables, the flexion, distraction, decompression tables that we have out there that people are on between 10 to 12 minutes, and it's like, it's heaven. It's just feels so good to get taken care of like that.
Right.
And then, like Dr. Brad and you were saying, it's like sitting down, getting the correct diagnosis, doing all the exam stuff, and then coming back the next day and, okay, this is what we found. This is kind of what we figure is going on with you. And we're using our knowledge from the patients we've seen that kind of just have just like your case.
Yeah.
And we compile all that stuff. And I know as long as Dr. Brad, as young as Dr. Brad and myself and Dr. Josh, look, we have combined like more than a couple of years doing this. So it's like we have that clinical experience.
Yeah, we want to make sure we have it mapped out for you too, so you understand. After that second visit, you know exactly what you are getting into. What care is going to look like.
Yep, and I did, and Sarah did a great job explaining, what insurance covers and what it doesn't, and what the process is, and it's, I mean, it's worked great for me. You know, now you're doing the laser light therapy on my hip.
And the class 4
Which-
therapy laser, yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to ask you because we know, like, for you,
That's all right, yeah.
that's been a game changer for you.
Oh man, and you know, and you both know, I had so much hip pain at night laying down,
Oh, you weren't sleeping.
and I wasn't
yeah.
sleeping. It was okay during the day as long as I'm moving around,
Right.
but laying in my bed for a couple hours, and then every time I would move, I'd get this shooting pain down into my groin. And we talked about it numerous times. And then one day the idea came that maybe we ought to try the laser light therapy. And I think the first thing I did actually was do the table.
Yeah,
Josh wanted me to do
the
table.
red light
The red light therapy on the table. And I did it, and I didn't notice anything.
Sure.
Not anything.
Yeah.
So then a few weeks later, we decided to do the
Class 4 therapy laser.
on my hip.
Yeah.
That night, I slept from the time I went to bed till 7:30 in the morning. I did not wake up once.
First time in
First time in
Years, or-
yeah. And then that went on. I think for like 2.5 weeks. I slept through all night long, every single night. I couldn't believe it. I told my wife, I said, I hope this isn't in my head.
either way.
I hope this is actually working,
Yeah.
and it's not just in my head thinking that, you know, it's got to work, and I'm making it work.
Yeah. The best.
But it has.
Yeah, the best thing about red light therapy laser, the class 4 therapy laser, is like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If we point that wand at the area which we're treating, your body's going to take that energy.
Yeah.
It just depends on how fast it heals and how well it heals.
Yeah.
Like there's no. It's like gravity. It's always going to work.
Yeah.
It's just the level of like tissue and matter has limitations, right?
Right.
You can only go so far before it's like I can't heal anymore.
Yeah.
Like-
And as I was telling Dr. Josh when he finished doing my laser this morning, that I said, I don't, once in a while I'll get the sharp pain down into my groin from the hip, like if I take a big step or
Right.
something,
Yeah.
and put too much pressure on it. But I said, now, since we've been doing this, we've been doing it 6 or 8 weeks now, it's just more like an ache.
Yeah.
Is more like what the pain is. It's just kind of like an ache. Where before, I couldn't.
Yeah. It's
I had trouble.
it's hard to even think about because it's like it makes you mad how
Yeah,
much pain you're in.
yeah. I had trouble getting up off of the couch.
Yep.
I'd have to stand there for a few minutes and get it stretched out a little bit before I'd even take the first step.
Almost that feeling where it feels
Yeah.
stuck,
Yeah.
and that does not feel.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. No,
Does not.
No,
And
that
we've had a lot of good cases with that laser, but I think yours is one of the most dramatic we've had over the years. We've had it just going from the level of pain you were in
Yeah.
to like quickly seeing results.
Yeah.
That's been a great,
Yeah,
great to see.
especially the femoral head.
Yeah.
It's like that labrum and everything that's associated with that doesn't heal quickly.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of my friends, they'll say, "Well, you're not limping much anymore." And I'm still limping. I still
Sure.
have pain every day.
Sure.
But it's tolerable and I can handle it. I've actually even been able to go out on the golf course,
Which is great.
which is great because one of the things when you read Dr. Google, like I do because I've had a few issues.
Sure.
They say you need to do something when it starts affecting the way you live your life.
That's right.
When the pain is affecting your standard of living, you need to do something, and that's when you need to have the hip surgery. Well, I couldn't play golf last year because of some other issues.
Yes, sir.
And I haven't been able to play this year, except for I have gone out twice with them, and I just chip and putt because I can't take a full swing
That's okay.
because I just don't have that turn in my hip.
Just getting out there.
Yeah, but just getting out there, being able to chip and putt and being with your friends and getting some sunshine. And without you guys, I wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah, I mean that's
It's kind of like the second time you say,
yeah.
"This ain't the life."
Well, I mean, that's what we really try to emphasize here. It's like people come in because they're in pain, but also like, what do you want to do? Like, if we can get you out of pain in 2 weeks, what happens after that?
Yeah.
It's the establishment of, hey, here's your treatment plan. We're going to talk to you every time you come in here and address the treatment plan issues, and then make sure that you follow that so that our level of care doesn't tank.
Yeah.
If you don't follow our recommendations and do kind of like what we talked about, how can we give you the best thing that you're paying for?
Yeah.
And we can.
Yeah. I mean,
And so like you've been really good about sticking to your treatment plan and making your visits and calling when you can't come in or changing things. And you're the kind of patient that shows all the other patients, like, hey, this guy's kind of like doing all the stuff that, they said we should be doing. Like you're an example to all the patients. So like
pain's a great motivator.
it really is. It really is. And it also really changes your outlook on life.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
does. And when I sit out here for the couple of minutes before I start getting my treatment,
Yeah.
I'm listening.
Sure,
because we're all out in the open.
Yeah.
And the one thing that all three of you do before you lay a hand on a patient is, how we doing today? How you feeling today? Sorry, I shouldn't touch that.
No, you're all right. You're good.
How you feeling today? And you got to get that feedback from the patient.
Yeah.
I mean, where I was going before, they never asked me that.
Yeah.
They just come in, crack you, and
Right. That's big to us, and that's why we actually, a lot of patients don't know this. We have a meeting before every shift, and we go through every patient, even before we start, seeing anyone.
it's coming in.
And so that's just our,
That morning.
Yeah.
yeah,
so
we make sure to review everyone, and then so we kind of get an idea what happened last visit, what they need that particular visit, what's coming ahead. So that's part of it too, because we see so many people cycling through, and it's like, well, how do they know? How do they keep up? But we do prep quite a bit
Yeah.
leading up to that.
Yeah, you have to. Well, it's definitely improved the quality of my life. I mean, without question.
And I know, especially through that first phase of care you went through, not to make it weird, but we call Dr. Matt the groin master. So I know he spent a lot of time doing muscle work too.
And it still does every Wednesday.
So
Every Wednesday.
in addition to the laser.
Yeah.
I'd be too super embarrassed if it wasn't absolutely true.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's,
And it helped, well, a couple of weeks ago, I think I told you when you were really grinding on it.
Yeah.
I said, I'll give you an hour to quit that. And it hurts when he's doing it. And he's got the strongest thumbs in the world. But when he's done,
you can walk out again.
yeah, so he's moving my hip around and getting it where it's not killing me.
And you're really
The rest of the day.
You're really doing a great job on the wobble chair.
Yeah,
That wobble chair.
That
is
helps.
It's legit.
yeah.
Everybody that comes in here and gets on is like, you want me to do what now? Yeah. What?
Well, when I first started coming here and I was doing the wobble chair, I was telling my wife how well that worked. So I got on Amazon, I got on the internet, Google wobble chair.
What is it? Like
And they're like
$550
$550. I said, I don't think I'm gonna buy one.
Luckily, what happened for us is probably 10 years ago, me and Dr. Josh
Yeah,
found those on, I think, Craigslist.
Yeah.
And so we went to Illinois, and it was some medical facility, but we had to go down into their basement. And we got 3 wobble chairs and one of those adjusting tables that's out there for it wasn't very much. So, but we always talk.
They had no idea what they had. They had no idea.
We were kind of looking at
It's
each other.
medical equipment.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
We're
gotta
gonna
buy
go in
it.
the basement
Look
here.
at the price.
And we had to carry everything out ourselves. We're like, okay, well, it's worked because we've had, other than one, we had to replace one of the seats. They've lasted really well.
Yeah. Well, and when you're sitting on it, and I'm sure most patients can feel it.
Oh, yeah.
You can feel
You're supposed to.
where it's moving you, especially on my hip.
Yeah.
Typically, one direction's a little tougher than the other one.
Yeah, one direction's a little tougher than the other one. But, I mean, it's amazing how it works. I mean, I've never heard of a wobble chair.
It seems, so simple, but
Yeah, first time sitting on it, you feel like you might fall on the floor, but
Yeah.
you need,
Yeah.
you need the
luckily,
instructor.
I don't think we've had anybody,
What did we
but
say?
it's been
What did we
close.
say? Yeah, we're gonna have you do the wobble chair today. When you go to sit down, be careful, it's wobbly.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's like just make sure you brace yourself. You sit directly on the seat.
Some people
Like,
still, it's like,
yeah.
oh, it's,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a close call.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, between the decompression and the laser, and just the quality of care, that not just I, but I'm sure
Sure.
all patients.
Yes.
You don't treat me any special, any different. than
Absolutely,
you
yeah, no.
Do anybody else?
Just some other guy.
Yeah, but yeah, I would 100% recommend you can do your
Yeah,
best to
we know, yeah.
everybody that I talk to, and it's just been great for me, and I feel so much better. My mental state's so much better. When you get out of that pain, I know I still have some issues.
Yeah,
I have to have it
yeah.
replaced, but
That's always great to see too,
You know,
because we can tell too. Because
Breakthrough chiropractic care.
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
We start seeing people coming into the office smiling. We know that they're on their way to.
But even after I have it done, I'm going to come in and have you do the wound with the laser.
Yeah, man.
We've
Yeah.
Because
a lot of good results with that
Yeah.
as well.
yeah,
fine.
I know. I have a younger brother in Nebraska that had his hip replaced last spring. The hip's great. The wound, he didn't do the correct therapy on the wound, so it's got a lot of scar tissue in there, and it just kills him.
Oh,
break
gosh,
through.
darn.
And I'm like, Tom, what if you should have
Yeah.
just
done younger brothers, right?
Yeah, you should have done all of this. Your hip's great, but now you have the dang,
Now
the-
it's super times.
yeah, scar from the wounds. Kill
Just
it.
need Dr. Matt.
Yeah,
Get his
yeah,
thumbs
get
in
his
there.
thumb in there.
Either he needs to go down here, or I need to get my license in Nebraska.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he's retired. I should have him come down.
Yeah. Dude,
Spend a
come
week.
down for a couple months.
Yeah, yeah. He come
That'd be great.
We'll play golf down here.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, you just can't come to Dr. Admind.
Yeah, sure. Okay, do you have anything else to add, Dr. Brad?
No, that was great. Yeah, I think it's full story. I think, getting to hear about where you started and especially once we kicked that laser in, the results you've had since then. That
Yeah,
was a big thing for you.
Yeah, not to take away from the decompression table.
Oh, sure.
Matt's
Yeah.
thumbs, but I think the laser has been the.
Yeah. We got
At
you up
this
here and
stage,
it took
yeah.
you up.
Yeah, at this
Nice.
stage,
There's no ego here.
yeah, it doesn't hurt all the time, which is what I was aiming for.
And you truly stand all day working.
Well, I work 6 hours 3 days a week, but I'm standing on concrete, but I try to walk around as much as I can.
Yeah.
I don't do it as much as I did before, as many miles, but because you got to keep moving, you can't
Yep.
just stand there.
No, you cannot.
So, yeah, but it's movement.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's great. What a great success story you are, and you will continue to be.
Well, thanks to you guys.
Yeah. So for myself, Dr. Brad, Jim, thank you for tuning in. And then if you have any questions or comments, please email me at drmatt@mfwellness.org. Thank you.